Namaste and good evening, friends. Myself Hardik Brahmbhatt. I'm the Secretary of Gujarat High Court Advocate Association. As per our initiative, we are hosting webinars on different subjects. Up till now, we conducted 6 webinars on subject on different legal issues. One on Safar e Ghazal, and today we'll come with a very unique and important topic: what we should have to take care after joining the court or after the completing this lockdown, how we resume our work. So we have today a very eminent and senior onco-surgeon, Sri P B Patel sir, and he will enlighten us on the upcoming difficulties we will going to face and what is the remedy for that. So I request Mr. Patel, please enlighten us, and thank you very much for uh, enlightening on this particular subject. Thank you, sir. Please, sir, Mr. Patel.
Hello, Dr. P B Patel. Thank you very much for inviting me for this very important conference. It will be my pleasure to talk about it. From the very beginning, I am attached with lot of jerseys from early career. And Justice B.J. Diwan, Bhatt Sahib, P.N. Bhatt Sahib, there are a lot of judges, and so they help me how judge thinks, and they are really emotional people. And so I am talking about lot of practical things about these subjects. So I am sharing my screen. If you have disabled, then enable it. Enable the screen, please. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Please enable my screen so I can share it. Share, yes. Okay. Yes. So, friends, I am just starting. Yes. Yes. So, today, the era of coronavirus has so panic. I will try to simplify this complexity. You have a lot of informations, but you just don't know what is right and what is wrong, what to do and what not to do. So here I will try to simplify, and I will make in such a simple manner so you can understand how powerful you are. So you know that this disease came from the bats, then the animals, and then the human beings. The most important things in corona disease is a fear. Fear is due to a realistic or imagine threatening events or situations. In such a situations, we know what we are doing. The result is a false positive error. Uh, the result is this false positive errors. And we believe that we will have a corona and we will die. In reality, it is not that a situation, and that error, false positive error, will lead to a false error, and it will produce a fear. If we take a correct decisions, then we will have a confidence. And if we will do a false negative, then we will be at very high risk of disease. If we believe that nothing is going to happen, then surely we will have a disease. So knowledge is very important. More than knowledge is important is experience, and even more than experience is wisdom. And today what I am going to talk is a wisdom of lots of doctors all over the world and of many centuries. We are facing the disease from centuries. Pandemic, this is not the first pandemic. So there are a number of pandemics. And so we have learned a lot of lessons, and we use that lessons here. So, as you do evidence in judgments, in courts, evidence counts. So, there are a lot of informations, hypotheses, myths, and whatnots. So, we have to remove that things, and we have to collect the data. And the data have also a deceptive data and useful data. So we have to remove that deceptive data and act on valuable, useful data. Then only reasoning will work. And it should be very dependable and it should be on very important subjects. Our reasoning should be convincing so we can know this is right and this is wrong. Not only convincing, our reasoning should be weighty. It has a weight so we can strongly accept that this is true and this is wrong. This decision of reasoning should be independent because we are going to act for our own selves and it should be very critical. So whatever we are today discussing is all about facts, no hypothesis, no myths. So if you see any infections, it will be acute, it will suddenly happen, or it will be subacute, or it will be chronic, or recurrent. It become and then go on and again, or patient have no symptoms, he is just a carrier. There are different type of infection. Virus is one of the disease for which we are discussing. We will discuss virulence, preventability, organ specificity, is what type of pattern, whether residual effect is on it or not. So before starting that things, we will see what virus is. If you see on this point on left side, this line, if you are you seeing this left line? Yes, then that is a water drops. And what is highest last? Then this is a plant spore. This is a fungus. This is a bacteria. Then again in a small point. And then again very small point, red point if you can visualize it properly. And that is a virus. What I wanted to tell you, it is a very small. He has no hands. He cannot walk. He has no digestive system. He is a depends on someone. So single most important point to understand is virus cannot walk. Only if we allow in our body, then he is a king. Then you have nothing can do. So single most important point is remember, virus is not coming in our body. We are inviting somehow in our body, then it acts. So these are the common symptoms: fevers, cough, sore throats, fatigues, shortness of breath. Any symptoms arise now, we should try to evaluate whether it is a corona or something else. Most important area of effects is a lung. If you see, this is a man and this is the lung. This is the area. In lung, there is a alveoli, which is distal most part of the lungs where it effect arise. And this is the most critical area. Pneumonia appear and then ventilator will be needed and many people will die. So ultimately, it is a war. We all, every one of us are fighting every day. And since around 60 days, and how long we just don't know. And again, who will win, that is also we don't know. In this situation, survival is the key. Second very important point to understand is this is a long war. Not only survival, this is a minimum requirement, bare minimum requirement. But main requirement is maintenance if possible and development, which is an ideal. So we are going to discuss, friends, how we can survive, how we can maintain, and how we can develop. So our enemy is invisible. We cannot see our enemy. And survival is the key. So in any situation, these are the hierarchy of controls. Okay, suppose we can eliminate it not, can we substitute, we can isolate peoples, we can change, we can work, and this all system. From this whole systems, suppose we have done a lockdown, it's one type of isolation, it's engineering control. We put people in the hospital, in corona hospital, that is an elimination. This is the why there are different way and means. But today we are discussing what we can do and how we can do and how powerful we are. So our option are, until now we protected ourselves in our home. The issue is the supply, milk, paper, foods, vegetables, fruits, and every supply has an issue. Then, if we are in the home, then again major issue is our health, because if we do not work, our body will degrade and our health quality will go down. Our psychological issue, social issue, and naturally finance. Not people like you, but at least 80% of Indians has an issue, some form of issue, and more than 50% has serious financial issue. The another way is to work with the protective equipments. But friends, you know that doctor, you have seen the doctor eating with protective equipments. You cannot drink water, you cannot eat, you cannot defecate, you cannot pass urine. It has to be on the body until you work. And even in AC, it is very difficult to tolerate it. So to stay in home is an issue. Work with protective equipment is also again an issue. Even if you forget the cost and availability, they are also an issue. But even if you forget the cost and availability, difficult to use. So we have to find a most appropriate solution. So how to find a most appropriate solution? That is a discussion of the today. So the very important thing in war is to understand enemy's weakness and our strengths. Then we have to find out on that strategy. Leadership is a very important. No, you know, all over the world we have a minimum case. Although we have a minimum assets, we have minimum finance, or people are uneducated, but due to our leaderships, see, compared with America, America has all what world can have. It is world's strongest nations, highest knowledge, and everything is there. But our cases are minimum. That is due to our leaderships, and it will to execute the program. So let's start how we can understand the weakness of enemy. Any disease is a source. From source, the disease will transfer to host by some transmission mechanism. Then host have interactions with that disease. Then see, until now there are a lot of diseases, viral diseases. These all are viral diseases. This is a coronavirus. We have worked with smallpox virus, measles virus, and polio virus. These are very deadly virus. If you compare smallpox with corona, corona is less deadlier than smallpox and less infectious than that. Still, we eliminated these all viruses. That means we have an experience, we have a capacity, and we can definitely do very good things. We should not worry that we cannot do it. So again, very important points. We have no drugs, we have no vaccines. So we cannot treat the disease. We can increase our immunity, we can increase the nutrition, we can control other things, other disease, diabetes, blood pressure, strengthen our respiratory system. So we have a better options. They are valuable, but they are still incomplete. Next slide. So we have seen the use of law and government, how they work. I will tell you, when my wife came from USA, we were in quarantine, daily ring will come, foods will come, and they sanitize the whole door and whole passages. But how long? How long? And how much? We have issue of finance, issue of management, issue of understanding. Because all over those who are doing the things, all over India and all over world, they are doing for the first time. Yes, doctor, no, in theory, but even they have not faced such situation. WHO has lot of information, lot of research. Media daily giving new information. Social media has lot of information, and there are lot of extra. But still, it is not enough. Money will not help you. Power will not help you. Relationships, status, and even doctors, those who are doctors working in infectious disease, they can also help you. So the question is whether we want to surrender or want to fight. So if we again see the situations, so this corona disease can be acute, subacute, chronic, recurrent. It has an organ specific effect, it has residual effect and no specific treatment. But one positive point of enemy that we can target, that target is this disease is preventable. It is not treatable, but it is definitely preventable. So, how we can prevent the disease? It is a two area. One is a respiratory, a swasan tantra, and second is a context. Respiratory is the most common things. So, either it form a droplet or droplet nuclei in contact by eye, by nose or mouth. So, droplet can form during breathing, speaking, sneezing, and coughing. So, if you see this slide, this is a single most important slide. Everybody should keep it. If you need, I will give to everybody. If you remember this slide, like a law. In a law, if you particularly do one particular thing, nothing can happen. This is something like same thing. And if you remember these four things, okay, any infected individuals can pass cough and pass a droplets. A droplet goes to susceptible individual and he will develop a disease. It can go direct contact also. If your hand is touched and then it go to mouth or eye, then we will develop a disease. Or it can be indirect. Indirect has a minimum value. That is very important for legal point of view. You have a lot of paperwork and this is an indirect contact. So indirect contact has relatively less value. We will discuss in legal part later, but this slide is single most important slides. So we have a two way to go out. One is respiratory and second is the contact. And we have three sites which can be attacked: our eye, our nose and our mouth. If we take care of these five things, I will guarantee you, you cannot have a corona anywhere. This is a single most important understanding. Another very important thing is now you are seeing the chart and it is going up, 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 up. But if you see the past history of all epidemic disease, then chart will again go down. So this chart will again go down. We should not worry. This is the pattern of the disease. You can not do anything. This is the way it will be. So again, very important thing is a human behavior. People working with you, judges, your clients, their relatives, court members, everyone is human being. And everyone has a different way of thinking and different way of action. So you have to be very careful and understand how your environment and how your people are working. And you have to be leader for yourself. You must be trustworthy and leadership will be on your actions and true knowledge. So this is the different mechanisms. I will make you simple for you. So this is again very important things to understand. This is the game we are playing. It is our own choice. If your choice, don't do anything. If you have a choice to do something, then first thing is to educate. Educate your employee. It may be superior, it may be inferior, or anyone. The understanding is a five key elements. Most important thing is a frequent washing of hand. This is single most important things. If you anytime anyone come, please wash the hand. Sanitization is a second thing. Then we will discuss hand wash and sanitization. But hand wash is more important than sanitization. At least have a distance of 6 feet with anybody and everybody. Have a face cover or mask. This is again a very, very important thing, and we are going to discuss about this. And frequent cleaning of area or item which are touched by many people. This is again a very important thing. And anybody has a doubt, that should not be allowed. This is a one whole area. Another area is automation. And Supreme Court and High Courts have started to automatize it. So that is again virtual courts and digital working. These all things cover under automations. Another very important area is to delegates. If you have workload and you cannot understand, then delegate certain part of work. So it will help you to do the things better. And again, very important thing is you have to develop a new procedure which will decrease a human touch or human interaction. So the question is how to talk mask, hand wash, cleaning, per people particularly, money is that not that much important, and personal protective equipments. So if anybody sneeze or cough, this is the area up to which this can go. Smallest particle will go very far away, even more than 6 meters, and big particle will flow in between. So we have, this is the whole area, but scientifically it has been seen that if you keep a distance of around 6 feet, then mostly it will not create a major issue. Second important thing is where it will vaporize. When droplet in air, it will vaporize and it will pour in the grounds. And it has been proved that if people wear masks in public, then corona can be eradicated. Okay, this is single most. Touch is not that important, but mask is a single most important thing we should understand. So if you see these people, his mask is open, his nose is open. Really, he not been protected by the mask. That is a false sense of security, and he can definitely have a disease. This way, mask is very good, but the way he has wear, this is very important stand to understand. That mask should be properly wear. So there are respiratory protection programs available, and we can discuss it separately. But this single figure will be very, you all are wearing a mask. But three area, this upper black, this middle black, and this lower black. This is the area which are commonly are open and droplet will go. So mask will have a no value. So when you are using a mask, be very careful that this particular part touch your skin properly. Again, very important, you are living in era of AC, and AC flow pattern is again very important. I will suggest you friends, which I am practicing from years together, because I am working in head and neck, where I am directly faced daily with lot of viruses, bacteria and fungi. And my patients are cancer patients, and their oral hygienes are worst. They are tobacco chewers, smokers, their dental hygiene is very bad, and malignant, at time fungating mask. What we practice is have a fan above. That fan will push the air down. My consulting room has 3 doors and 3 windows. I will keep except one door, all are open. I am hardly using AC. I use AC only when my client asks, and not in now. At present, my client will not enter in my chambers. I will go to examination room. Before that, we have a very specific system. We have a lock outside my door. When patient come, we will see how infectious he is. Then he upload all the documents. Then I see documents only on my computers. Then only patient will come in. Then I will talk with on phone, and my examination time will be very short and with a full press ventilation and fan over it. So in last 40 years, I was among the victim before 40 years of hepatitis B. Hepatitis B, and lot of doctors died. I was one of them. And I learned a lesson. And my hospital design, if we live, it is very simple. But basically, it is how to fight a disease. So this is different type of mask, and you may not need much about it. But simple thing is The N95 mask will be 0.3 micron. All other masks will be 3 microns, which are available in the markets. And how the different type of masks work, this may not be interesting to you, but as quality of mask improve, it is just not an impactation, interceptions, diffusions, and electrostatic mechanism. There are positive pressure and negative pressure masks. There are the N type, R type, and P type. But what you need is N type of mask. Whenever you buy a mask, read these all things, what they have written. So it will, you understand it very better. So this is a flow chart, with mark units, and according to this chart, you only need a comfort mark. But that means you need a simple mark, not a very complicated, dedicated mask which doctors are using. We as a general population need a simple mask. And mask has a value. This mask filters this everything. And most important thing, you see, virus is a smallest diameter. So you need a best quality of mask. When you are using a mask, it's required that there's a nose pin. If there is no nose pin, it is useless. Because this type of mask, this is middle mask, will not be that much useful. The mask is to be snugly fitting with all the area. If it is not snugly fitting, it is a definitely issue. Another very important thing, you cannot touch the nose once you put on the mask. You just touch the back part of the mask, and no front area should be touched. And this is the some key features how to put the mask. This is the correct way. See, this is high and this is very low, so it will be snugly fitting. If it is not snugly fitting, it is useless. If you put both the straps here, there will be space here. And if you have a mask and keeping at your neck, it has no value. So that is one area of mask. You can ask a questions. There are very lot of important practical implications how to handle the mask. Then again, very important thing is hand sanitizers. Everybody is using hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is very important things in corona crisis. But you must understand the limitation of instrument which you are using. The number one limitation is it do not eliminate all type of germs. So you must remember that we are not eliminating all type of germs, and hand wash will eliminate all type of germs. It may not be very much effective if our hand is dirty or greasy, and it is likely to be there when you are working in the fields. You in office, you can do everything, but in courtroom, it's very difficult. In this area, the head will be dirty and greasy. And when you come from courtroom to office, then you must choose hand wash, soap and water. It may not remove harmful chemicals which are present on the hands. Our hands have a lot of harmful chemicals at times, and particularly with sanitizers, and can cause alcohol poisoning, although that is not that important. But we should understand soap and water is more important, more powerful. If you have options, you must use soap and water. Again, very important thing is indirect contact, which is most important part of the courtroom. See, in a court, this is a transport of papers, mails, lifts, corridors, seating arrangements. This everything has a surface contamination. But it has been proved again and again that this virus has been not documented to be passed with surface contamination. So you are still worried, but not that much. Your worry is more on a face mask and your hand rather than surface contamination. Surface, you must take care. But you must understand the value of face mask over surface contaminations. So now courts. We all know that courts are trying to do a lot of things. They are trying to restrict the jury trials, suspending in-person processing, restricting entrance, granting extensions, and encouraging teleconferencing. These are some basic things. If you go further, court has produced a helpline, they have produced new rules, they have restricted entry, and technology has been used. Virtual court system, electronic trial, online trial, video conference, all these are almost not similar, but they are reducing human context. And it has an issue because we are developing. Until now, we just don't know how useful these systems are. We are doing it, but now it is a compulsion. So there are other things. Okay, all open justice is a cardinal features, particularly in a criminal. So we cannot avoid people being present in the court. So another way important is to public access is through electronic platforms. That is equally possible. And there are a lot of new innovations. And there are a lot of issues you are facing. Your client is in the court or in the jail, bail is not working, and lot of legal issue, case will be pending, regular phone is coming in evening, Sahib, શું કરું હવે શું થશે આમ થશે. You have to answer your client, but you cannot give them a judgment because case are going to pending. So this is a Gujarat High Court. I tried to study this court after the phone from sir. Today afternoon, I realized to understand the mechanism how court people work. So this is a basic flow test. You have a lot of parking place. That is not an issue, and that is not an agent. First agent start with a lift. If you see, although it is not multi-story, too much high building, if I am right, but lift is a very really genuine issue. You must try not to go upstairs or downstairs with the lift. And if you want to go upstairs or downstairs, be careful you are alone or with a minimum people, mask on the face and hand has a gloves. So lift is a single most important critical points where you have an issue. Same way canteen. Canteen will have definitely issue. Probably you may not go to canteen, it is easier. But lift, yes, if you are aged, you have to use the lift, be very careful. And select the area where which is near to your court. If we see, this whole area has a long corridor. And this corridor, large number of people are coming from here and there. You just don't know who is carrier, who has a disease. Whatever you do, whatever your screening mechanism, many people will pass on it. So be careful when you are passing this corridor. Keep a distance. If some group is going, go aside, go little away. Let they go. Give them a priorities and then go slowly. Have a little more time so you can plan before moving. Just you upstairs or during upstairs also, wait. If somebody is coming, let it come down, then you go. And when you upstairs or downstairs, watch what type of movement it. If you have adequate space, then only you go. Don't try to greet lot of your friends which are there, your court friends or your customers. Just smile or say hello. Another very important point to understand is a courtroom. Courtroom is a very complex and very important things to understand. So this is a Gujarat High Court. This is very important and critical things. There are a lot of flow, information flow, paper flow, power delegations. Everybody has a limited power and judge has to judge the and he can judge on evidence. And evidence we have to produce. And what evidence we produce in a form of paper, in the form of logic, or whatever way must be understood by the judge. And you naturally understand as a court become higher and higher, judge is increased. And this is human machine. His mental capacity, specifically listening, will reduce. So you have to be very careful because your arguments will help them to take a decision. If they cannot hear, if they cannot understand, how they can understand evidence. And if you cannot produce the evidence, how you can win the case? Even you are right. So if you closely look, this is the area where a lot of care is required. You must be very careful. Although it is a distance, not that bad. Another very important area is this bench. This has a solution. This has a definite solution. But as I have seen, probably this is an AC cord, if I am not wrong. That is a very major issue to my mind. Cord should be, all windows and all doors should be open and fan should be running. AC itself has its own issue. So if we want to increase the safety of the cords, then minimum people inside, at least 3 4 in one bench is open and the 3 4 seats is vacant, and then somebody can sit. So that can be easily done. That is not an issue. But issue is this place. How you are handling, how distance is there, and is there any fan ventilating? So I cannot see any fan. This is an air flowing. So if this is an AC, then it has have to have mechanism which can have a bacterial flow minimization mechanisms. But if here there is a fan quite forceful, then bacteria can go away. So this is a little more big batch and even more complex thing. This area, as I do understand, in High Court, you don't have to have a papers. But I can understand there are a lot of people. Judge has to pass the orders. He has to return something. There are a lot of past papers which even form of digital papers. But there is a flow, and in flow there is a human interactions, and you have to be very careful in this human interactions. So there are tips and tricks. As you know, these are theory. So there are real life tips. Say for example, you have a wear a mask, right? Once you wear a mask, you just don't touch on the face. Never. Only on posterior part or back of the tag which you are ligating. That only you can touch. If you wear a gloves, understand. Okay, then you cannot until you remove the gloves. If you drink the water, just move the drink water, reset the mask and have a fresh gloves, not same gloves again. This is very, very important points. If you are opening the door, most important thing is never open with the hand. Have a elbow, have a push. We have a lot of ways and means. If you want to understand things, we can teach you how to handle the doors. This is a very common and daily process. Same way, if papers, yes, naturally court means paper. You are superior courts, you have minimum paper, but at least your customer will come with the papers. Usually they do not have a virus. But still, if you have a doubt, you can use your iron over it. That is one area you get that things. So friends, the situation now is you can start practicing now if you want, and if you understand logic, nothing is going to happen. I am practicing. I have never stopped practicing. But be careful. It is your responsibility. Nobody else is responsible. It is your decision. And if I am correctly teach you, and if nobody can from you have a corona, that will be my success. If you not start now, you will have to start after a few weeks. There is no option for you if you are particularly young. Or you have to after few months. There is no way out except you want to retire. That is all too well. My sons tell me, Papa, we don't need a practice, stop practicing. That is another way as age go on. Usually what happens in surgery, surgeons age increase is value increase. My average patient is coming from 200 to 500 to 1000 kilometers. So those patients who are coming very far, it is valuable to a doctor because they are respecting, and that is a value. So age is a value, customer coming from very far with a big disease is a value, doing a major surgery is a value. But these three assets now become my liability. As my age increase, corona chances and death from corona increase. So even I know my son, my daughter-in-law, and my daughters, my wife will not ready to accept any risk on me, even if it is minor or it is imaginable, not real risk. So that is number one. See, my patient is coming from 200, 500 to 1000 kilometers from Kanyakumari, Calcutta, Kashmir, and Saurashtra, last part of the Saurashtra. So they have issue to come. So again, that become a liabilities. Age become liability, distance become liability, and operating a major operation, 10 hours, 15 hours, 5 hours, with this personal protective equipment is become difficult and a complex management. So I have never imagined in my life that what I was considering asset a 2 month back had become major liability. And you say I will try to change my sphere of working because we cannot sit until we are living. We must do some things. We cannot retire. Once you retire, you are gone. Your mind will go. First, your body will go, your mind will go, and your balance will go, your muscle will atrophy. You are useless, you are worthless, and sitting in somewhere outside in garden just for not doing anything is not good. You practice, you do something, whatever you like, not for money, for your mind, for your body, and for your satisfactions. So, how to start? The first thing to start is come out. Nothing is going to happen. If you follow the rules, don't break single rules, and nothing will happen. It is my guarantee. I have an experience of 40 years. I am now also practicing. If you not break the rule, nothing is going to happen. Come out. Do whatever possible with the full safety. We don't want to break the safety. I don't say do full practice. I am not doing a major surgery, but at least I am doing. I am coming morning, I am coming evening, doing something, whatever I can do. Once you start coming, you will understand okay, how things work, what are the issue, how to solve the issue. Discuss with the friend how they work. We have now find out many imaginative way into working the OT. We autoclave their clothes. We bath the patient before operation. We put a mask with the suction on the mouth. So everything will go out. And so our confidence of my confidence is there, but my staff confidence, my anesthetist of confidence is increased. And so we can do better and better. See others, adapt. You have to adapt. You have to understand. And as you do those things again and again, your circle of competence will increase. As your circle of competence will increase, you will do better and better. So, friends, it is my personal request. Think again. You have to do something, except you are aged and want to retire. This is the time to come out and be productive just for your health. If no one is coming in office, no problem. Do whatever you can do. Go, open the door, do whatever you can do, come back. If you go today, tomorrow your staff will come. And day after tomorrow, your client is going to come because they have no options, but they have to come. But this management you have to understand. So, friends, the first thing to be come out. It will increase your self-confidence. Not only it will increase your self-confidence, it will inspire others to do the same things. Few days back, there are industrial peoples and many of them have now started their business. Just in 2 days, remember. An industry is much complex than you because you have a very legal specified patterns. So, it will inspire others to do things. If you do start the things, it will magnify. Today, 2 advocates are working. After few days, 10 are working. And after that, hundreds are working, and after that even 500s are working. So number will increase and work effect will magnify. So there will be survival of many, even if you don't need a money. Maybe you may not need a money. I understand, but your staff need a money. And whole channel, the chai wala, nasta wala, restaurant wala, and whatnot. Whole channel is coming, taxi wala, bus wala, everyone. Whole channel is working behind you. Once you start, that channel will, lot of people will survive. And you know the compound effect of money. You put the money in the bank, interest will be there. Next year, interest and money both will be principal, then again interest. This is a compounding effect. You start early, there will be bigger compounding effects. It will produce a development. It will set examples. I know from years, lawyers of Gujarat High Courts have lead the lot of movements. I know it from childhood, how they daring are, how bold they are, and how they work. I request you all, I am with you. Whenever an issue, you can do a video call. We should have hand in hand. We will have foot in foot. We have heart in heart. We are working for our dignity, for our nations, and develop a model, set example. Let people see that Gujarat High Court have started. Why not Haryana? Why not Punjab? Why not Chandigarh? Why not Delhi? Develop a model. I am with you in every process of development. We are not a single unit. We are united. Although we all are at different place, but our work keep multiply for our family, our customers, our society, our country, and a world. Our work will give a lot of income, and that way we want to live by our heart, by our knowledge, by our informations. Remember, knowledge is a power. And whatever I have presented is a facts proven again and again for years together, for pandemic to pandemic, not this pandemic. And if you remember this law, nothing is going to happen. So, friends, my request is the first thing is to change your mindset and adapt to new realities. There may be way to online working. I think advocate has a better option to work online to your customer. Customer can be at home and you can do online business. You may certain area of automation, at least you have digitization of courtrooms and virtual courts. You can work on infection control. Delegate everything except your core strength. If you are doing the things, delegate except our core strengths. So, friends, my humble request, we are not knowing each other until now, but now we are friends. We are a nation of Indian citizens. We have a responsibility. We know fear has a no value. It is a wrong fear. It is an exaggerated fear. And we have to lead it. We have to show the people that Gujarat High Court Advocate Association has a power, has a understanding, has a leadership, has a capacity to change the border, and lead our nations for all the best. Friends, thank you very much for inviting, particularly my cousin Rajan, and you all friends. You so quickly accepted my invitations. It is my pleasure. I am working in this field last 40 years. Every Sunday and Saturday of my 40 years, was outside. I have taken more than 1,000 lectures, and until now, I have precious assets of friends like you. Hardik Bhai become friends, and so not so many people will my friends. And wherever go, I am in any airport. Recently, I was in my lecture in Amsterdam. In the airport, somebody gave, sir, left it. I will bring your call. So it's my pleasure. I understand, and we change each other. Somebody has given me the knowledge, I transfer to you, you transfer to somebody. Let prosper together. Let world see India can do it. Let India see Gujarat can do it. And let Gujarat can see Gujarat High Court Association, Advocate Association can do it. I wish you all the success. be sure you will be successful. Whenever you meet somewhere, sometime in your life, let me tell me, yes, we have done this and we have done right, it will be very pleasure. I will see if you sometime in your life you feel that Dr. P B Patel at some point of time teach us something. It's help us in financing, social. It give us a prestige. It give us a satisfaction. It give us a new life, a new thinking. Your children will be proud. And this moment of satisfaction, you remember at one moment in your life, get Dr. P B Patel has come day, someday in afternoon, we discuss the things. And I think that will be lot of satisfying, lot of pleasure of my life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patel sir. We have no words to thank you, sir. And we see in your presentation, you took our High Court in a virtual world, and you what the work you did for us. We are very much appreciate that thing, and thank you very much, sir. We are very much delighted that the speaker like you and you think about us, and this much deeply you think about us. And thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I am very much thankful behalf of the our association, and we definitely get back to you with some uh, problem we facing if we facing. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So nice of you. You
Thank
can ask any question now.
you. Yeah. Question is one, sir. One member is asking that how can we sanitize the surface like office table, pen, mobile, etc. And how can we access this file also?
See, sanitization of table is as usual we are doing previously. Nothing more is required. Nothing more is required. Sanitization, do as previously you are doing. Ventilation is more important than sanitizations. See, the number key understanding is disease is passed from one mouth or nose to another mouth, nose and eye. Right?
Understood.
80%, 90%. That is the disease. So mask, selection of mask, proper wearing of mask, and proper handling of a mask. That is a key. Baki, otherwise, I am not doing anything different I was doing previously. So you do as cleaning happen. If you like, you can use a spirit or some detergent or a soap. Soap is better than everything.
Yeah, understood, sir. Uh, One member is saying that your information is too much informative. Your presentation is perfectly informative. So we don't have any question to ask you, sir.
Thank you very much. So nice.
Everything, each and every aspect you covered very well. So we don't have any question. Thank you very much, sir.
It's my pleasure, and I would really like. And again, I thank Rajan. He coordinated with you. Rajan is my cousin.
Oh, very good.
See,
Yeah,
advocate is somehow I have a so big group of advocates, and Rajan is part of my personal family members.
yeah.
And I see him. He developed. He was a very small child, and I'm showing him. I don't understand how see